Bill Krackomberger, Unscripted with the Crack Man. You know, I think you should walk around town with that music behind you.
I like it.
Just your walking music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the keyboards in the back.
I could get like an old school boombox.
That's
and
what
just
I mean.
follow Crack around behind him.
That'll teach people.
That's right.
They won't mess with you once that comes around. How you
No.
doing, man? Bill
How you
Crack,
guys doing?
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you guys. I come with bearing gifts for the crew.
You really do.
And for you two guys. I got this big giant box of beautiful gift basket of these individually wrapped Cheryl's cookies. I don't know who they are. I have to admit, I don't know what it is, but I can't have them all because this will put me in a nursing home. So
those are some delicious looking sugar cookies. This was
that's
kind of
what
my
they
point
are.
yesterday.
That's what they are. So yeah, they're all for you guys. I gave some to the staff, equaling their Christmas bonus from VSiN, one cookie each. And
gotta take a shot in there.
No, listen. I love this place. You know that. I just and you know what? Amazingly, I was over at Durango, and someone came up to me and said, "Oh my God, I listen to you and Gill every Thursday. I make sure, and I found this pizza place from you. I don't even remember that we must have mentioned the pizza place at Durango.
You did.
I did.
Yeah.
Terrible ADD. I mean, I don't get anything for them being over there.
It's funny that you said that about Durango because someone came up to me at Durango in the food court as well and said, "Oh yeah, listen to you guys all the time."
I ate there last night.
What'd you eat? What place?
What'd you have?
I went to the pizza place.
Did you get the right one? Because a couple of them I don't care for, but a couple of them I really like.
What do you mean?
A couple different sizes.
I got the Sicilian style or the deeper dish style. That's like you were showing off, and I got a meat lovers and a 4 cheese.
I thought the meat lovers was good. I just tried that. I thought that was pretty good. But there's some spicy ones there. What'd you think? You sound like I'm waiting for just okay.
Yeah,
it was very good. I didn't think it was amazing.
Huh.
So I was a little disappointed because I know
Is there any amazing in Las Vegas though? Maybe I thought that was amazing for Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna repeat my pizza recommendation. Nora's, which is not known for its pizza.
That's a bust-out joint.
It's a get the salami pizza.
Oh wow! Okay.
And thank me later.
Oh nice. That must be, and that's like a little mini like.
You can get a big one.
You can get a big one.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So good.
Oh,
ricotta cheese.
Is that on the pizza? Oh, I love ricotta cheese.
Yeah, it's on the pizza.
On a pizza.
Yeah, salami doesn't do it justice calling it salami pizza.
Wow. Because salami pizza.
Yeah.
They must have. It has like an Italian name from Italy.
Can I ask you a question? I mentioned this earlier. This is the most non-Christmassy thing we'll talk about today. But our own Ben Wilson texted me yesterday. He is going to be the most famous person that ever came out of VSiN. I've said that for years. He's a great play-by-play announcer. He's, again, 16, 17 years old, something like that. And Kelley tells me he's 30, but I don't know if that's true. And he's doing a game at Dollar Loan Center Arena 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Because what does he do? He does the Ignite games? Is that what he does? What does he do?
He does the G League Ignite.
The G League Ignite here in Vegas, right? And they were playing the Stockton Kings. Is that I think the Stockton Kings is the team.
Yes.
And he texted me yesterday, and we were talking about something else, and he goes, "Oh, by the way, this is the first time I've ever called a game." And then less than 5 hours later, a guy on the court in the game that I was calling committed a murder. So did you hear about this? This guy who plays for G League, his name is, I want to get the name right. Anyway, he plays for the Stockton Kings, and he played, past tense, allegedly, let me just throw that word in, allegedly. It's not alleged anymore because Chance Comanche is his name. He confessed already to murdering a woman in Vegas with his ex-girlfriend. And if you read the articles about it, it is like the grisliest thing. Basically, this guy played a basketball game.
Right.
And then he had an ex-girlfriend that he still stayed in touch with and he still was kind of in love with. She also engages in the world's oldest profession also.
Yep.
And apparently had another boyfriend that had committed a double murder or allegedly had committed a double murder. And she had beef with another woman who also engaged in the world's oldest profession because she objected to the fact that this other woman kept telling people, according to her, that her other boyfriend had committed these two murders. Like she was singing about it. She was blabbing about it. And so this dude, this basketball player who was still in love or in love according to her, but whatever, still willing to do this. The two of them roll after one of his basketball games, and in like movie, like what you would imagine a movie execution to be in a car, commits this murder. And then, it goes from there. It's just unbelievable what people are capable of.
And this is like here after a road
2 weeks
game,
ago,
right?
after a Dollar Loan Center Arena game in Henderson.
It's wild. It's wild.
And Ben is like, Ben was like, it couldn't have been. We just saw the guy play basketball, right? And it's like, well, no, you had enough time. Anyway, I don't know if you heard about this, but it's like this is all in our midst.
Yeah. I didn't hear anything at all.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I thought I was like looking at, see the 3 screens there?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
See how I'm gone?
Oh, yeah.
So what I thought was, I said, wow. No. I just thought to myself, looking at that, I see Gill.
Yeah.
Of course, I see Kelley, and usually I'm in the middle.
You're invisible.
And I said, wow, this is unbelievable. If I could do that. But sorry to change subjects.
No,
I just seen that.
Maybe it was better that we changed the subject. I'm just saying it was an incredible story from Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is a little freaky, right? Because you don't exist.
I like it, actually. It makes you look thinner.
It does make you look thinner.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Bill.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
Wow, I was like, wow, how did that happen? Anyway, guys, that's, you just took me out of the Christmas spirit. I was singing all Christmas holiday songs.
We'll get back there. Trust me, we'll get back there.
And I walk in here, and there was like 3 guys mopping. I was wondering if someone got whacked in front of me over here. It's like, and then now you're talking about more people getting whacked. And, people say, a couple people think I'm a little bit too, a little too negative. So I'm gonna try to be positive today.
No.
I'm sorry to be,
don't you love
a realist?
Don't you love Christmas time? Do you love Christmas songs? You love this time of year?
I was a giant Christmas person, and then I still am. This is the first year I did not go back to Baltimore. If you remember years past, I went to Baltimore. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law and kids, they're 18 and 20, but it was all as they're growing up, and my nieces, it was so great for them, and they love Uncle Billy because Uncle Billy gives cash, and even my wife, she's like, so what do you want to get the kids this year? I said, what do you mean want to get? There's no difference. Give them 20-year-old is cash.
Yeah.
So that they both work little jobs, and it's trust me, cash is king when it comes to kids' gifts. I always remember my aunts and uncles that gave me cash. So
Fashion stylist Deborah saw her kids, her son. I asked him, what do you want for Christmas? He said, I want a Supra. I'm like, you want a what? I want a Supra. I go, you mean a car from when I was a kid?
Toyota.
He goes, yeah, that's what I want. I was like,
what the hell's that?
I was like, bruh, I'm going to get you
like
cash.
79 Supra.
Yeah, I'm just going to get you cash. How about that? He's like, all right, whatever.
Wow.
He's like all disappointed that I would get him a Supra.
Yeah.
This is a nice looking car.
Yeah, that was. You could deck them out years ago.
And then the girl, Gracie, right, who's 16, like I can't get her.
Fast and the Furious situation.
Oh,
is he out there drifting?
He loves that.
Is out there street racing?
I don't know what he's doing.
Lives his life a quarter mile at a time?
But Gill wasn't getting him one.
Yeah.
And then the girl, I can't get her to say anything. She's like, I don't know. So you're right, cash. Just give cash.
Cash.
Yeah.
Yeah, cash.
At that age.
Or a mezuzah. That's what you really should give people on Christmas. A mezuzah. That's what I like giving people.
When we come back from break, I want to talk about a buddy of mine who actually misplaced and still did not get it back. $50,000 this past week in a casino in chips.
Misplaced?
Yeah, he put it down in the slot machine in rubber bands.
Oh,
$50,000 in chips.
Let's hear this.
And it's gone.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that $50K.
Let's do that.
Yeah, and the way the casino handled it, which I don't like.
Ooh, I like this part of it. Kelley brought up something before we get back to your story.
Sure.
Kelley brought something up over the break having to do with a sports book here that has changed apps and the problems that it has caused.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know the full extent, I guess, of the problems they've had, but yeah, they have Stations has a new app out there. It looks interesting. There was a lot of attractive qualities to it. I think Stations has always had one of the better live betting setups, at least for us here in Nevada. I know minus 125 on 6-point teasers, which that's about as best as you can do in this city now. So there were some reasons I had to shut down my Stations account actually when COVID hit, and when I was kind of going around town pulling all money out of everywhere because, all of us didn't know whether or not we'd be coming back to sports or sports betting at all, or when that would be. So I pulled it out then and pulled out my money then and never went back to set up an account. I like Stations, just had enough books, didn't really feel the need to have a Stations account. Went to go set up the new app yesterday. Went down there. It's a whole process, but every one of these apps is a process. Get it set up, kind of fund the account, and I'm looking at the account, the amount in the account, and I'm, kind of asking the guys, hey, this is the number, this is the amount of money I just gave you. Isn't there some left over from the old account? And they didn't really know. And I'm like, I know it wasn't much money. We're talking about literally, I don't know, $10 to $100, something like that.
Right, but for someone else, it could be a significant amount of money.
It could be, yeah, because it was when I cleaned out the whole account. But there should be 83 cents or something, whatever, for example, left over. So I'm looking at the account balance, and I'm kind of like, why is this just the number I gave you? Shouldn't this be my old account as well? And I couldn't get an answer from anybody, and I was like, look, guys, it's a insignificant amount of money for me. I'm good, whatever, I can walk away. But I think just PSA out there and everybody setting up a new stations app. Just be careful that your account stuff.
Yeah, I've heard some horror stories. Let's give the good, the bad, the ugly, and the good also about stations. One, I love that you can walk in and they have sheets of paper with the limits on the bottom of each sport.
Limits, imagine.
Nobody has that.
Yeah.
Well, I shouldn't say that. Circa has that on their app, but that's something that the big sports books don't want you to do. They don't want to let you know because everyone gets certain limits, or $10. I mean, it's, for people like me sometimes. But I love that. It shows you that. Also, stations is a must. If you come to this town and you are serious about sports betting more than $100 a game, you should have stations funded, that app funded, because they have a very slow-moving line. They take a bet before they move the line. They're not really on air moving like a lot of sports books just move without taking a bet. I give them the credit. They actually take a bet. However, you do have to go in and get a pulse check. If you have a pulse, you're not allowed to play. So, so guys like me,
There's actually someone standing there.
Yeah, he has a pulse. No good.
I got you.
They're going to throw you off the app if you're sharp. I don't care what they say. They say, oh, no, we don't do that. We don't throw people. The antique that used to run the place, he's gone in antique land with all of his millions of dollars. So maybe it should change a little bit with the guys that are running it now. I hope so anyway. But, yeah, I've gotten multiple emails that people had to go. You have to go in, some people, and your previous balance is not purged. Is that the right word? Purged over, or previous bets or pending things. So,
did your pending bets make it over?
You didn't have any, right?
I didn't have any because I closed out the account 5 years ago.
Okay.
It's a lesson learned too for people because guys, you have to make copies. Remember when William Hill went down for those that it was almost a week. And the balances were gone. They weren't right. And that really put me in check where I have to check my pending bets. And I just make copies of everything pending bet-wise. Just it's so simple on your phone. Just to take a copy, press a button, screenshot everything.
You know what? I don't do that.
Most people don't.
Enough.
No, we don't. We don't. I'm guilty of it too, but that taught me a little bit of a lesson. So I do it more often now than I don't.
This was what you're referring to is right after the Super Bowl last year, how everything at William Hill went dark.
Didn't they lose a lot of business because wasn't it right during the Super Bowl?
It might have been during. Yes, it was during. That's correct. It was during the Super Bowl.
Think about the business they lost with halftime bets and
it was during the Super Bowl.
Live wagering.
And then it didn't get reconciled for a long time.
No. And there was rumors in the industry oh my God, someone got in their system and everything's gone.
Wishnet was freaking out.
Yeah. No. It's so it's a good lesson to know. Make copies of your bets, guys and girls. Make copies of screenshots, photo, anything that's pending, anything that you when you go in there and just your balance. It's just good to see it just in case something like this happens. I don't know what happened at stations. Maybe something happened it crashed because they didn't warn anybody according to what I'm reading. It just happened. And then you have to have a new app. And the new app is not reflective. You have to purge the balances. You have to find out your pending bets. Some people didn't have pending according to the people that DM'd me. So
what was your story now?
Boy. So I had a buddy here for 10 days. And he comes into town every couple of months, obviously a very big player. And he goes to the stratosphere, and I'll tell you why. You're a big fish in a little pond if you're a big player there, rather than go to an MGM or a Caesars, or, because he comes in with a $100,000 credit line. And that's a big player. That could be just an average big player at those places.
Yeah.
So he comes in, and he gets. Here's why. He doesn't really care about being the big player. He cares about getting the seats. So he goes to every Vegas Knights game. every Raiders game. He just timed it where there was back-to-back Raider games. He got to go to both of them. Vegas Knights games, the NBA game where the Lakers were here. He went to that game. And by the way, he gets literally the whole box. So at the Lakers game and the Vegas Golden Knights, he had like 8 seats. So he invited a lot of people. I invited some friends. He said, yeah, bring them over. Like John Orlando came over with a couple guys, my co-host on Wisecracks. He came over for a couple. And the Raiders games, he asked me to go to both of them. I had no interest in going. So John went to them also. So comes over. He's playing, obviously, back. It was the first day he came, walked in the Strat. He won like $20,000. Gave that back and forth, $10,000, $20,000 swings every day. And sure enough, he had a rubber band with 10 $5,000 chips, 8 from Area and 2 from Win, because he loves playing high limit poker on the weekend when they have it. He'll sit down with the whole thing. I mean, he likes playing that. So he puts them down at a slot machine, and because they were doing something in his pocket. He said it was pointing them or something. Something happened. He put it down, took them out of his pocket, put it down next to the slot machine. And I said, how can you do something like that?
That's my reaction.
But you know what he says? I'm scatterbrained. And you want to know something? I've been in situations during like the Super Bowl where I don't have enough pockets. And like even now, you should have pockets. Like, like those Cuban shirts are the best shirts to wear. They have 2 pockets here, 2 pockets there. They're the best shirts to wear with pockets for sports bettors. Now, I do have a bag that I have now that I carry with me, a little bag. But I don't keep money in the bag because I'm afraid someone will grab the bag.
So what did he do? He just looked away?
No, he walked away. Oh. He was on the phone, walked away.
Oh, man.
He walked away from the machine, and so now he notifies the casino host, the VP, and they said, yeah, well, we'll go to surveillance. So sure enough, surveillance finds the tape of the guy taking the chips and walking out the front door. Now, he didn't steal them. He found them. You know what I mean? So he can't get charged with a crime. It's not like he stole them off somebody. Goes out, and by the way, he'll never be seen in the stratosphere again.
Of course.
Walked out the front door.
That's a tough place to never come back to.
Yeah, no. So
gosh.
So now he take now think about this. He's got $5,000 chips, otherwise known as flags. He's got these $5,000 chips. You can't easily cash $5,000 chips in a casino.
Right.
So now if you go over and try to give the Win one, they're going to say, where did you get this chip?
Right.
I think there's even RFID readers in the Win chips. I'm not positive. But they're going to say, where did you get these chips from? So now this guy, if he's sharp, and boy, I shouldn't be saying this now, but it's been a week. So what do? You have to find someone that's a high roller, or you find poker players. Let me tell you, the poker players pass $5,000 chips around like they're handing coasters to each other for your drink. I mean, there's nothing. So he could find a poker player and then give him a percentage of the chip or whatever it may be, or he could find a high roller at the Win and cash him in. But my thing is, why doesn't the surveillance team at Stratosphere, they have a copy, they have a photo of the guy. Why can't you give it to Aria and give it to Win? Say, hey, this guy took $5,000 in chips, $50,000 in chips, $5,000 in nominations.
Do you know that they don't do that?
I got to be real blunt. I heard that they just don't care because they didn't do anything. Nothing has happened. He wasn't contacted. All they have to do, I think, is just tell them to, hey, this guy stole these chips, or not. See, I'm using the word stole. He didn't steal them.
But you're right though. That guy.
Why can't they help each other?
That guy's biggest quote unquote problem now is how to actually transfer that to actual cash.
Yeah. But it's not illegal what he did. So and then if God forbid they give the information to the guy and you go after him and something happens, they might be liable.
And your guy's just out of luck.
He's just out of luck. $50,000 down the drain.
Oh, it's brutal.
And to quote the Bronx Tale, nobody cares. Now let's talk about a little bit of positive. Oh, by the way, there's a $10,000 reward if anyone knows where. No questions asked if we find those chips.
About the story for
$10,000 cash. No one, just hand them over and you get $10,000 back. I think you can give a $49,000 reward and they wouldn't even turn them in, to be honest with you.
You know what I always think about stuff like that? The no questions asked. I always wonder if, if I actually come and they asked me a question, would I be like, no questions?
Like the taste the soup? Taste the soup?
Taste the soup.
That's actually got me laughing. Let me tell you, food-wise. I seen a chef in town. This Asian guy, he's very, very good. He's a fantastic chef, good food reviewer. I wish I knew his Twitter handle. He said something, and he's so right. Las Vegas, New York has good food too. That's like one of my food places, of course. But I'll tell you what, Las Vegas.
I'm telling you, I agree.
We have such great food here. We don't realize it. We have Chinese, Korean, Japanese barbecue place I go to. Like there's stuff here, the steak houses. You can have some of the best local cheap food. Also, up and down there's some really good. What's the kids eat now with the ramen? There's ramen places.
Ramen places. Yeah.
There's like ramen places all over the city. Like that used to be when we had no money. We'd eat ramen like years ago. Now it's a thing that you could.
Got us through college. Ramen.
Yeah, it got us through college. Now you pay $10 for a ramen soup.
I never really understood that development either. Like it just kind of came out of nowhere. That there
places
were
all over the city ramen.
Can I also tell you about what Vegas, like as compared to other great food cities like a San Francisco. In a city like San Francisco or New York or something like that, there's a certain number of restaurants where it's like easily accessible, but there's always a bunch where you're like, oh, but if I go to that place, it's a pain in the butt to park.
Yeah.
And then I gotta go across town. Vegas, it's all so easy.
Oh, see, I didn't think of that because like when I go to like WoHop, it's a little dive in Chinatown. So now I'm gonna pay as much to park as I am just to eat. So you're right. I never really give that a thought. Vegas, you can just pull right in.
Just pull right. It's so easy.
Speaking of which, let me ask you something.
It's a giant suburb disguised, with one strip in the middle.
When you lived up there in San Fran, the Asian restaurants, do they give you the little noodles and duck sauce or no? That's an East Coast thing. The little noodles and the little duck sauce thing. See, no one knows that out west here.
Yeah, I don't think
so. Back east, it was a giant thing. Yeah. And back east, the noodles and duck sauce comes to the table like going to a Mexican place and getting salsa, chips and salsa. It's the same thing there. You give it out free. I just didn't know.
Fried noodles? Like the fried noodles?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well.
Yeah, nothing would surprise me up in San Fran. But anyway, there you go. So I had to take a shot. Sorry, Gill.
I knew it was coming. Anyway, I was like, and there it is.
No. Oh, that's what you're going to say? So listen, not only do we have those cheap eats here, but we have expensive restaurants, Joel Robuchon, steak, seafood, sushi. I'll put it up against any city. We really have some really good food here. And I don't know if you want this public, but I'm going to say it anyway. You said that you mentioned some great restaurants, Esther's, and people don't even know about these places.
Esther's, I'm going to Esther's tonight. Esther's is downtown.
Esther's Sushi?
No. No. Sorry.
You know how to do it.
I did the secret sushi last night.
He did it last night, the secret sushi.
Esther's Kitchen is downtown. It is spectacular.
Oh, I heard some really good things about it.
Yeah.
Where'd you go Monday? Where is it downtown?
Yeah, like we're here.
Oh, it is. How can I actually don't know exactly where it is, but it's south of here.
Okay.
It's like right when downtown begins.
Okay.
So just north of Charleston, I believe.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Arm yourself. Okay. So Monday and Tuesday, where did you go?
Oh, yeah, we drive by it every day.
Monday, we watched the football game at Lotus of Siam at Red Rock.
I didn't know you could even watch it there. That's great.
At the bar.
At the bar.
Tuesday, we went to, this is another sushi place, not the secret sushi place, Kabuto, which is very good
I heard
sushi.
about it. I've
been there for many years. Yesterday was secret sushi, and then tonight is Esther's. This is my brother's in town. So it's like a food
Is this the doctor?
Yeah.
Former doctor.
And then tomorrow is this place in Summerlin, which is brand new, called Anima, Anima, which is spectacular also.
Isn't that a song by Tool? No, never mind. Anyway.
Vegas, but to your point, you can go night after night after night, and it's just one thing more spectacular.
It is. Look at the restaurants you lined up for your brother.
Yeah.
Lotus of Siam, is it as good as the original? Well, the original was on Sahara.
The original was something authentic, right?
The original something, but now they moved it to Flamingo, right?
There's one on Flamingo,
right.
And then there's now one at Red Rock.
But it's still great.
It's still great.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So someone asked, one of our tweets there was someone asking for some kind of food pho. So I mean,
pho. Yeah, he was at well.
Pho.
I can't. There's a famous pho place among
They
others.
all make the same joke. Come on. I don't even know if you're going down that route, but
they all make the same joke.
You could drive by 6 of them in Vegas, and you're like, I get it. I get the joke.
Yeah, there's one right on Spring Mountain where, should I even say what the second?
Sure.
I'd have to spell them, but they all try to make a play on the word.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Nicky bets. He mentioned that. He asked for that. So we have, like I said, the Asian restaurants here in town. The Chinatown here. Listen, okay, Chinatown in New York may be a little bit better. I understand. Or San Fran a little bit better. But we're right there. Our Chinatown is fantastic. Some great chefs.
If you think about the quality of like a sushi, right? The fact, like, we should appreciate the fact that we are we're in a desert, right? Like Bugsy Siegel coming out to this valley and being like, I will put a city here. This is he's nuts, right? Absolutely nuts. Yeah. And the fact that we can have the greatest quality of day sushi,
hard to believe,
or sashimi shipped to the desert every single day is an amazing feat of humanity.
You think Benny Siegel would have had a good Jewish deli when he opened up, though?
You think?
You know, we have some Jewish delis here, but nothing like back home, in my opinion.
That was San Francisco's weakness too, the lack of a deli.
Yeah.
That was a big weakness.
But okay, you know, I heard either Las Vegas Chris or Fezzik say this, and this is on a show. We can go all over here. Food, now football, but it's really a good thing to remember, because I have ADD. I'll forget by the time it comes. I didn't even know I mentioned something on the show last week. So betting against San Fran third and fourth quarter may be real profitable. So you want to make sure you check your book. If it has halftime, some of the books have third and fourth quarter on all the games. Matter of fact, most of the books kind of have that. It may be real profitable to do when San Fran is in the mode where they don't have to win any games. So you would think it'd be baked in the line, but a lot of times they'll just go by what the computer spits out.
The algorithm will
the algorithm spits out.
Yeah.
So that's something that may be good down the line here.
We on the Megapod, I get the angle that they're talking about with San Francisco might not have something to play for if they have a big lead and they sort of can relax.
Yep.
But the most consistent talked about bet that we have talked about on the Megapod this year, and I give Todd credit for this, is that third quarter bet. Not every book offers them, by the way. Right, only a few books do. I think Caesars does in town. I'm not sure if anybody else does, but there is really there's too many bets we've won to count on just betting the team that ends up getting the ball first in the third quarter, and if they are a significantly better team than the opponent, it is a really exploitable line.
Yeah, so
it really is.
And we're not saying now, but just I'm mentioning it now to prepare yourself in the next couple of weeks.
That's right.
And it's not just San Fran.
No.
It could be some other teams, too. And I mentioned, on the way in, I heard you talking about the San Fran, what do they call DraftKings has them? The Exactas.
Yeah.
So some places in town have them also. Just remember, that San Fran team lost 3 in a row. Now, I granted, they were down Williams, I think, at the offensive guy, and they might have been down Deebo Samuel at the time. But any given Sunday, just be careful with
for sure.
The over betting. More than 1% of your allotted sports betting bankroll. Anyone out there.
I always say it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
But it's how I bet.
We have so many things like that in town we don't realize. Like I don't think we've ever talked about the mob. Well, I did in my segments anyway. The Mob Museum here is so good.
Oh, it's so good.
Like when they were building it, I thought, because I love the mob culture and the old things that happened and stuff. Now I don't glamorize them or glorify them, by the way. But I mean, I do like some of the stories behind things, and maybe the town might have been a better town when the mob ran the town. But when they built the Mob Museum, I was like, okay, it's going to be like tchotchke.
Me too. Same reaction.
So good. I've been there multiple times, and I never knew they had the wall where the brick wall where the guys in St. Valentine Massacre, they were they posed as either cops or agents, and they made them turn and they killed them against the wall. They have the wall there with the bullet holes in it. They have the electric chair where certain mobsters were put to death. I mean, not only that though, it's the audio tour. You go in and listen to the audio tour. Freddie from Piero's, the guy that owns Piero's, Freddie Glossman, he narrates one walking in, and he's got that kind of voice too, So there's so many good. You could spend the whole day there. Just like when I didn't realize it. I went to Dallas one time, and I had a couple hours to kill, and I said, let me go down to where Kennedy was killed.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed with that. I think I talked about that recently. And when I was in the book depository, they had a literally come to me and say, "I'm sorry, sir, we're closing. You have to leave." I went in at 6 p.m. They literally threw me out. It was so good. I don't realize these kind of. You would think it'd be boring, and the way they put some thought into these book tours, these audio tours when you're walking through, and there were so many different things. Not only about Vegas mob stuff. The stuff is all about mob culture throughout the world, not even the country. So it's really good.
Do you know why Kelley agrees to go to the Mob Museum now?
Why?
Tell him, Kelley.
I was embarrassed. We were just talking about this a week ago. I haven't been. I've never been. It's right down the street. I've never been. I thought at first, when I first heard good things, exactly what you guys said. Like, I thought it was going to be a little cheesy, like, nah. Yeah. And then, like, I've heard from so many people, it's so great. But the real tipping point for me is the fact there's a bar in there. If you want to get me to more museums, put a bar in there.
Oh, I didn't even know.
They have the little speakeasy. They have a little hidden speakeasy.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know you drank. Yeah. You got that little nose. I could see it now. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's a great call. Mob Museum is awesome.
We go back and forth here between so many things. That's why it's called Unscripted. I want to talk about casinos not liking winners before we get off this segment here. It's amazing. Even the place I go to, my favorite casino in town, so I want to know, this is a question for any casino executives that are listening, or maybe you can even DM me privately. There's a way to do that now on Twitter. It's called X. So I want to know, what is the purpose of a casino host desk if you walk up to that desk and they can only do what a kiosk can do? So, and I'm referring to the Wynn, my favorite place. I talk good about the place all the time. Yeah. I'm going to tell you the positives and the negatives, though.
Most beautiful place on the Strip.
Beautiful, and I love the place. And my particular host is a vice president. It's very good to me. But I don't want to bother him all the time. So I walk up to one of the casino hosts with the missus, and her card I get. We get free play on both of our cards. So she gets $500 a week, and we play it, run it through, and I've run pretty good there in the beginning, but I lost like $4,000 on it. So I said, let's get a comp under your name. I've never asked for a comp under her name ever. Go to the desk, and the 25-year-old, fresh out of college kid, he looks at the thing, can't do nothing for you. I said, well, lost $4,000. Yeah, there's $30 there if you want it. $30. Like, we were asking for $100 for the restaurant. And I'm like, wait a minute. What about the $4,000? He goes, well, overall on this card, though, you're up $8,000. Now, I said, listen, hold on. We come in every single week, drop and play, never have asked for a comp. We've been in 13 weeks in a row. And, yes, the first week I won $16,000 on the card. 2 Royals, I hit $8,000. I wanted to win $16,000. But I gave back a big percentage of that. Just lost $4,000 fresh, never asked for a comp, and you're telling me there's only $30 there. What's the purpose of having that guy there if he can only do what the kiosk does? Now, of course, I called my host, and he's like, Bill, why are you dealing with anybody else? Just tell me. But I want to know, what's the purpose of this person being there? It's an insult to people. $4,000's a lot of money. $4,000 just to come in and drop play without asking for anything. And you ask for a $100 comp after 12, 15 trips in there, and them tell me no. I just don't understand. Imagine it perplexes me. I don't know why that person's even there. And by the way, not just to win. All across the city, I want to know why they have casino desk if you can't do exception comps.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And the thing is, most people will run into that guy. Most people don't have a relationship like you do.
Then they're going to leave Gill and never come back again.
That's right.
And by the way, you know what they're going to do? No. They're going to tell their friends back home, boy, don't go to this place. This guy was so mean to me. And, he wouldn't give me $100 and I lost $4,000. Now think about how that reflects on all their business down the line.
It's very true.
Could be the Bronx tale. Nobody cares.
Yeah, in corporations that big and in systems that are that big, that's not surprising that there would be people like that who just want to toe the company line.
The Win is very good to me.
Yeah.
I don't use the gourmet comps a lot and stuff on them, but I play under my card. I play a little bit heavy, so they're very good to me. I'm not down in them. It's the greatest place, great restaurants.
Still the one hotel on the Strip where when I'm inside I feel like I'm on vacation.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it.
Still
like you
feel
said.
like I'm on vacation, like I never lived here. Bill, what's your favorite Christmas song of all time?
Oh, of all time. You know what? Wes has a good one there. Nat King Cole's voice is unbelievable. So when we were kids, we had these Time Life Treasury of Christmas on vinyl. For vinyl, it was a round record, in case people don't know, a round thing. But you used to open up the album two-sided, and a Christmas Village would pop out. It was really cool. So there were some great songs on there. Of course, I'm still going to go with like a Bing Crosby or Nat King Cole's fantastic. I love Perry Como too. So let me give you some of the songs though. White Christmas, of course. The 12 Days of Christmas, fantastic. These are like more like the Christmas song by the Carpenters. People don't even know. Fantastic song. Perry Como, anything. Going into a couple more here. Jingle Bell Rock, Bobby Helms. I'm going to give you one that people. It's a newer one. See if you guys ever heard of this one. Do you guys know the Christmas song by the Waitresses? It's called the Christmas Wrapping.
Oh, it's on my.
It is.
It's on my honorable mention list.
You're kidding me, because people don't even know that.
You know who hipped me to that? Felica and PETA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Really? Burl Ives, of course, with the Holly Jolly Christmas, rocking around the Christmas tree. Brenda Lee. I shouldn't have went first. I'm going to spoil it for you. There's a Trans-Siberian orchestra that sings a song. They actually don't sing the song, but they have like it's Christmas Eve, Sarajevo. It's fantastic. I do like Last Christmas by Wham. I'm going to give you the one that I absolutely love, but you have to be a Peanuts fan.
Oh yeah.
The Vincent what was it called? Guardia Trio.
Yeah.
It's called Christmas Time Is Here. Do you know that?
It's so
great. The Peanuts song.
Yeah.
I want to finish off with Andy Williams, The Most Wonderful Time of the Year. There we go.
Of course.
That's my list.
Which ESPN uses for their college bowl season.
Oh, really?
By the way, it is my yearly reminder to those that what do all these have in common, Bill? Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, let it snow, Santa Baby, it's the most wonderful time of the year, which you just mentioned, Silver Bells, White Christmas, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer rocking around the Christmas tree, A Holly Jolly Christmas.
Oh, love that.
Walking in a Winter Wonderland. What do all of those have in common, Bill Krackomberger?
There's a lot of songs there. No, go ahead.
Written by members of the tribe.
Wow.
All of them.
That's unbelievable.
That's right.
Wow.
Anything we can do to stave off the anti-Semitism.
That's unbelievable. They're writing Christmas songs.
All right, here are my honorable mention of all time. You mentioned the first one, Christmas Wrapping by the Waitresses. Again, I owe Chris Felica and Joe PETA a shout-out for that one. They hipped me to it. Christmas Time Is Here by Ray Parker Jr. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a distinct R&B bent to many of these, but the guy who gave us Ghostbusters gave us a great Christmas classic. Christmas Time Is Here. All I Want for Christmas Is You, Kelley, Mariah Carey. Whenever
honorable mention?
Honorable mention. Whenever there is male background vocals involved, I'm down.
Yeah.
How about Mariah Carey and her unbelievable hit-making career? This ends up being the biggest song of her entire life.
Wow.
I've got that on
she
CD
looked good there.
still. I've got that on probably an MP3 player. I got it on my phone right now.
I remember when it came out. David Bowie and Bing Crosby.
Ooh, I love that.
The Peace on Earth Little Drummer Boy mashup.
Bing died 2 weeks later. People don't know that.
Oh, is that right?
He made that. It's his last song. 2 weeks later, he died.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Before mashups were cool, kids, they did a mashup.
Oh, it was great.
Oh, it was great. And then the Christmas song, Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire, has been done, a myriad of times by everybody. My favorite version is by Al Jarreau, the great singer.
I love Al Jarreau.
Whose voice itself ought to be known as an instrument. All right, here are my top 5. You ready?
Yeah.
Number 5, The Temptations' version of Silent Night. It's a 6-minute plus version. It is slow. It is falsetto. It is beautiful. It is everything you want in Christmas music. It's number 5. Number 4, for those of you who know a little Christmas R&B, New Edition had one. It's called It's Christmas All Over the World. It is fantastic. Should be part of your Christmas medley every year. Number 3, Paul McCartney, A Wonderful Christmas Time.
Oh, that's fun.
Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. He vomited that out in 10 seconds, probably.
Yeah, that was
it's
great.
Fantastic. Number 2, Matt Humans gave Wes Reynolds all kinds of guff for having Last Christmas as his number 10 from Wham. My complaint with Wes is the opposite. It wasn't high enough.
Wow.
Wham's Last Christmas, number 2 Christmas song of all time as far as I'm concerned. And by the way, speaking of vomiting it out, George Michael vomited that one out in a matter of minutes. And it's a Christmas classic. And number 1, never to be toppled, Donny Hathaway's This Christmas, the greatest Christmas song of all of them.
Really?
You know that one, Kelley?
I don't know it.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember.
Hang up the mistletoe. I want to get to know you better.
Wow, I don't know.
That's number 1?
This Christmas. You don't know that?
I don't know that.
Oh, bruh.
Well, the title's so descriptive. You know what I mean? It really helps separate it from all the other ones.
Brazen bright. You know that song? Oh, I got to give that to you.
I can't believe it. Wow. I thought you were going to have like the Hanukkah song or something. Adam Sandler. Sorry.
As he pointed out already, all
Have I mentioned what those 11 songs have in common? Have I mentioned that?
Wow, yeah.
Kelly, what do you got?
All right, we're starting at number 5. Christmas in Hollis Run DMC. Every time I hear this song, I don't care when it is, but
you
it
know
gets
what?
me.
I actually like that.
Yeah, I
You're
love
right.
it too.
I forgot about
love
that.
it too.
Hollis, Queens.
I'm all over the place with mine. Here's your Bing Crosby, Mili Kaliki Maka.
Good man. So
Love
got
that
Bing
song.
in there.
I don't know if I know that.
Oh,
The Hawaiian Christmas.
It's a Hawaiian way to
Again,
say Merry Christmas.
Again, not written by a tribesman. I don't
Also,
know.
I used to be able to play the ukulele in college, and this is the only song I knew, so I just went around doing that all the time.
Wow, good on you.
So that's number 4. Run, Run, Rudolph. That one, number 3
Chuck
for me.
Berry.
That one was that is
Wow.
one of my favorites. Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. We mentioned that
Love
one
Rocking
already.
Around the
And then the all-time greatest, the GOAT. All I Want for Christmas Is You by the Mariah Carey.
I can't have that number 1.
You don't like that one, do you?
I like it. It's a beautiful song. It's a nice song. I know all the kids like it. You know, under 30 crowd. I understand they're 35, but I mean,
it's
classic Christmas is Christmas to me though.
Yeah,
is
I
the Nat
understand.
King Cole, the Bing Crosby, the.
But you got to have room for new blood in there every once in a while. And that one, when the background vocals, when the male background vocals hit you, and I, come
really?
on, you got to love that.
Yeah. You know, we didn't mention none of the
upbeat.
collaborations with the big it's Christmas time. You know, like with there was all different like Bono and different there's a couple different collaborations of that were out there. They're really good.
There was one with Bono. I was
One
when I
with
was
Bono.
doing my deep research for this yesterday.
No, that's actually a great one though. It's got like the stars in that video.
You're talking about Band-Aid. Do they know it's Christmas?
Do they know it's Christmas?
Yeah.
That's it. There was a couple of them though, but that's the one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
They're really cool too, and you know, the Christmas songs can be all over the place. I can't believe the list. I never expected the R&B list and the harm. But you know what? You mentioned some good ones though.
Oh yeah.
I totally forgot about some of those things.
I have a CD. Like I love Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Love Christmas. Merry Christmas to you.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everyone. Thanks for
and to you, Bill, for sure.
no problem.